guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check this out. Wild Badger 40-volt electric chainsaw. I have a Ryobi 18-volt chainsaw that I've had for years. I picked it up at a flea market for like $5. And I even made a video on it way back. It's great, but I will say this about it. The blade moves a lot slower than a real chainsaw, so it kind of limits what it's able to do. It's not that it's not powerful, but it's not the fastest thing on earth. My understanding is chainsaws, electric chainsaws anyway, have changed a lot in the last 10 years. And this is the pinnacle of modern technology. 40 volts of power and a much longer blade. I think my blade on that one was 8-inch. This looks like it's a 12 or something like that. We'll have to cut it open and see here in a second. But I'm interested in checking it out. And it's like heavens opened up and made it so I needed to use this thing right when it arrived. So that's really cool. I have a beautiful old peach tree, and I hate it. It's been dying from the inside out for many years now. We trimmed it way back, trying to salvage the shoot that was still good on it. And unfortunately, we had a bad snowstorm and ice storm here the last couple of weeks. Actually, like one that lasted a couple of weeks. And it's finally melted off, but the poor tree broke in half. So now it has one little runt of a section left, but we'll have to cut it off because it just kind of fell over, broke in half, and I'll have to do some trimming and stuff. So we'll use this for it to give it a test to see how well it compares to a gas one. Certainly what I'm about to try to do to it, or with this, is something that I could never have done with the Ryobi. I mean, those 18-volt batteries just don't have enough juice to do that kind of work. So I'm excited to try this. I'm hopeful that it is what everyone says it is. My wife works at a big box store, and she is always bragging on the fact that electric chainsaw technology has come a long way. So I'm hopeful that that's the case here today. All right, so it does come with a chain here. I was wondering what was going on there. And it does look like there's some assembly required. That's okay, of course, to be expected. Here's the main unit. Wow, okay. That is definitely larger than the Ryobi. In fact, that looks very substantial and very much just like a real chainsaw would be. The Badger CSB40U. Nice. Okay. And then the blade is also tucked in here. Oh, cool. It even has a protector like that. Yeah, that's a 16-inch blade. So that's the same size blade as my gas chainsaw. That's interesting, and that's actually really cool. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get this thing put together here. So, you know, blade tension, that's too sloppy, right? So this screw right here is we can loosen these ever so little, and then we tighten that up to take a slack out of there. We don't want to take too much slack out, or it'll actually create a lot of friction, but we'll tighten that up a little bit. You want about 1/2 inch deflection max, and this is way more than that. So all I'm going to do with the included tool here is turn that screw, and you'll see the tension start to come out of it. See that? That's about perfect. Okay. Once we have the tension we want, then we can tighten these bolts down all the way. And that should hold everything in place. Of course, you know, sometimes you'll hit something and it'll knock stuff loose. That's going to happen. I do like that. So that just fits back in here. That's cool. You're never going to lose it with like that. As far as the battery goes here, I don't know. Oh yeah, okay, so let me put this down for a second. So it even has a power meter, and we're reading 3 bars here, enough to do hopefully what we need to do. Still reading 3 bars, right? We have our kick panel. It's in the up position. Down would lock us out. Pull back. There is a safety here for your thumb, and then a trigger here. Pull the safety, hit the button. Right on. So the last thing I'm going to do, and it's right over here, is I'm going to put some oil in there. We need bar oil in there, and it has a nice little level, meter level there. So I'll go ahead and put some bar oil in it, and let's go chop up a tree. What do you say? Let's do it. All right, well, as you can see, my poor old peach tree, I mean, it had some rot in it, but we were hoping to salvage, because when it was in better health, it gave an awful lot of peaches. I've got the chainsaw, I've added some bar and chain oil to it, and we'll start with some of the smaller stuff, work our way back up. right, well, as you can see, it's pretty well shot, but I hate to see it go. We'll go ahead and try to cut it across here, and then I'll chop the rest of it up on the ground. So far, I'm really impressed. Much more like a real chainsaw than I expected it to be quite honest. I mean, it cut through that as easily as any gas chainsaw would have. I'm not sure what else you want me to see, but I guess we'll chop this up just to show what battery life looks like on it. But I am very impressed so far. All right, well, it's the Wild Badger 40-volt chainsaw. I'm going to be 100% honest here. I am blown away. It is easier, quieter, faster to cut up this wood with this than it would be with a gas chainsaw. I guess they finally nailed it, didn't they? They got electric chainsaws right. Time to retire the Ryobi 18-volt and time to maybe buy a second battery for this. Let's see what she's at. Still 3 bars, so we just cut up, you know, half a tree. I mean, granted, not the biggest tree, but those aren't small cuts. Those are, you know, 8 to 10 inch pieces there. Cut through it like nothing. Never felt like it was bogged down. Just works, man. Very cool. Well, I'll leave a link to where you can pick one of these up, and I'll see you next time. Take care.